Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cougars here on MLB The Show 22. That's right, the expansion, relocation, whatever you want to call it. Technically, it's a relocation because we took over the A's and we relocated them. So it's not really an expansion, it's a relocation. So the Chicago Cougars relocation franchise returns, and we start year number 3 in this episode. I can't believe we're already into year number 3. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. We've done a lot of crazy stuff so far in these first 2 seasons, and we've had 2 pretty rough seasons, 2 losing seasons, but I think this year is going to be the year that we turn things around. We've got some extra pitching. We spent some money in the offseason. No, we couldn't bring in Shohei Ohtani, unfortunately. He decided to sign with another team. I forget what the team is that he signed with. But we did bring in 2 pretty quality starting pitchers to hopefully help us be a better team, because if you remember last year, our lineup was pretty good. We were hitting and scoring a lot of runs. We were getting a lot of hits. We were producing a lot on offense. It's just the pitching rotation was not doing well. Tristan McKenzie, it was just a revolving door of poorly performing young pitchers. And we traded Tristan McKenzie away, and we traded Chad McAlpin away, and we have Hunter Green down in AAA now. We have Grayson Rodriguez up and Jack Leiter up. Those are the 2 young guys that are staying up in the big leagues. Then we have Shane McClanahan, we have Jack Flaherty, and we have one other Tyler Glasnow, I think, is here now. I can't remember who the other pitcher was that we signed. So hopefully the new and improved starting rotation will help us out and produce better sim stats. That's the goal, because our lineup is really, really good. Our lineup can win games. It's just our pitcher rotation could never keep us in games. So hopefully year number 3 is the first year we make the postseason. Well, I should say the first year that we get over 500. That's the goal, so we don't get fired. We don't want to get fired here. So that's the goal, is to get over 500. But I think this is going to be the year. So if you're excited for the start of season number 3, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's get right to it. Here we are at the start of year number 3, March 28th, opening day against the Baltimore Orioles. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. And as you can see above me above the face cam is our new jerseys, a preview of our new jerseys. I told you that I changed them. I showed you guys that in the last video. We're going pinstripes on both home and away this year, so we'll see if we might keep the pinstripes on the home. I do like the way the home jerseys look, but we'll get a feel for how the away jerseys look with the pinstripes. We might have to go with solid color on the road jerseys, but I do like the way at least not in game, but at least in the menu, I like how they look. So we'll see how they look in game. But if you have forgotten what this team looks like after the off season, Jazz Chisholm will start at second base and be the leadoff hitter. Tyler O'Neill, who we traded Austin Meadows for, I think straight up, actually, I think is what we did, and he's going to be our left fielder. But we brought him in not only for his power, he does have some good power, but his speed is the real key there. 93 speed is far better than what Austin Meadows had, and Austin Meadows was a really good player for us. I really didn't want to trade him away. Spencer Torkelson will continue to be the right fielder. I do like what Spencer's got. Then we have Pete Alonso still at first base. We have Alejandro Kirk still at the DH spot. Francisco Lindor will continue to play shortstop. Julio Rodriguez will play center field. Sean Murphy will be the catcher still. And O'Neill Cruz will bat 9th and play third base. Bobby Witt, unfortunately, has gotten moved to the bench, but that's just because O'Neill Cruz, man, he's got the arm strength, he's got the speed, he's got a little bit of power. I think that O'Neill Cruz could be the future at third base, or maybe he's the future at shortstop if we need to free up some money and send Francisco Lindor out the door, because he is 30 years old at this point. Now, he's had 2 good seasons here in Chicago, 1 full season and then a half a season in Chicago. So he's played okay in his time here in Chicago. So has Pete Alonso. They could play better, but they also could have played worse. So I do like what we got in O'Neill Cruz. I think he could be the future. This team is so young. We've got 26, 28, 24, 29, 25, Francisco Lindor's 30, but Julio's 23, Murphy's 29, O'Neal's 25. I mean, we've got such a young squad. Even the bench is young, 25, 30 for Yamada, but he came over from Japan. Joe Adell's 24, Bobby Witt's only 23, Gavin Lux is 26. So, I mean, we've got such a young squad. And then our pitching rotation, I mentioned Jack Flaherty, Tyler Glasnow, the other two, or the two guys that we signed on big money contracts in the offseason. A 3-year deal for Jack Flaherty and also a 3-year deal for Tyler Glasnow. He is 30, Flaherty's 28, but I do know, at least in previous sims, that Jack Flaherty does really well in simulation, so hopefully that carries over here. He's played really well, 11 and 10 and 13 and 11 in the 2 seasons that we simulated so far, so if he can have that kind of production, that's better than what Tristan McKenzie was doing. And then we obviously have Shane McClanahan, who came over from the Rays last year at the trade deadline, I think. He's been struggling in simulation, but hopefully a full year here in Chicago, he can get things right. Then we got Jack Leiter, and then we got Grayson Rodriguez as the 2 starters that are young. And the bullpen looks the same. Danny Jimenez still up here, Jeffrey Springs, Emilio Pagan, Adam Kolarek, James Karinchak, Luther Curtis, and AJ Minter are the bullpen. You guys know who we have on the bench. In the minors, we have Hunter Green, Jackson Jobe, Yamamoto, Basil Cabrera, and Robert Suzuki. That's a really, really good starting 5 on the rotation. I'm really, really happy and really excited to see how these guys produce, because I think they're going to be pretty dangerous. And then our bullpen also looks pretty good. There's the rookie that we got, or not rookie, but young guy that we got, Evan McMahon. I'm excited to see how he does, because he's a potential relief pitcher, which is really rare to see. You don't really see a lot of relief pitchers with a potential that are young like that. So we'll see how they do. And then in the Double-A team, we got Shana McCauley, we got Ernest Crespo, Matt Tabor, Alfredo Valentine, and year number 2 of Luis McDonald. So we'll see how he can produce. I hope that he can do well. Who was our first pick last year? He should be in Double-A. I don't remember who our first pick was. Would he be in... Is it this guy, Enrique Coronado? I don't remember who the pick was. Maybe it was Charlie Ramirez. I don't remember. I really don't remember. Bump, bump, bump. I really don't remember who it was. Was it this guy? Was it Joey Estes? I'd have to go back and watch the draft video, because I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. I'll put those 2 guys up, but I have absolutely no idea who our first pick was last year. So if I go back and check really quick. Actually, I'll go and check as we load into the game, and then I'll tell you guys when we actually are playing the game. So we're going to play the Orioles at home on opening day. Here's what the scouting looks like. I haven't taken a look at this at all. This is the first time I've ever jumped into it, so we'll see how we do. I will go into more depth when we get closer to the draft in a couple episodes, so that I can kind of figure out who I'm targeting, who's my number 1 guy. And remember, we signed some of those guys that had qualifying offers and stuff and extended offers, so we might not have very many picks this year, but that's the price you pay when you're trying to become a winning team. So we got to think about that. But with that being said, it is time. Oh, in the budget, we have about $8 million to spend in the budget. But we could also, who knows, at the trade deadline, maybe we're buyers, maybe we're sellers, who knows. But we got to play opening day against the Baltimore Orioles in Chicago. Let's see if we can go start this season 1-0.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Cougars. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shum. It was a very eventful offseason for this franchise, Singy. The relocation and everything that goes along with it. It took a lot of effort and energy to pull it off.
Yeah, and that goes for the players, too, and not just the ownership. I think everyone in the organization really had to pick up and start over in a new city, which, you know, that can be a big task when you've gotten comfortable to the place you've been for so many years. But I'll tell you, the excitement in this town is off the charts, and you can already tell that they've got a very passionate fan base.
No question. This city has embraced this team wholeheartedly. There's a lot of baseball buzz in this town right now. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And on the mound now, Jack Flaherty. What do we need to know here?
Well, this guy's coming off a season where fell short of 200 strikeouts.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Opening day is underway here in Cougar Field. Jack Flaherty starts with a leadoff single. Leadoff double now. He's going to stretch that to a double, so that's not great. But I did go back and I looked at my playlist for the Chicago Cougars. Link down below in the description if you haven't caught up on any of the previous episodes. But I looked at the playlist, I found the draft episode for year number 2, and we actually took Robert Suzuki with our first overall pick in the first round of the draft last year. So Robert Suzuki is in Double-A right now. I didn't think he was going to go home. I really didn't think he was going to go home. I thought that he would stay, but they score first run. That's not good. Cedric Mullins. Cedric Mullins sends that over the left field wall for a 2-run home run, and we're already down 3-0 in the first. They are picking apart Jack Flaherty here in inning number 1. Justin Turner made his way to Baltimore, and he strikes out. That's only out number 2, which I don't like. Adley Rushman, 3-1 count to the young catcher. I wonder how he'll produce in this simulation. Very curious to see how that happens. But he's going to ground that out. O'Neal Cruz will field it, and he's got 99 throw power, so you're not outrunning him. Unfortunately, Cedric Mullins makes us pay on that one. We're going up against John Means, but we got Jazz Chisholm on a 1-1 count already. Hopefully we can produce some good outcomes here in the game. This is the first time I've played the show in a few weeks, actually. Maybe like a week and a half or something. I don't know. So I haven't played for a while. Tyler O'Neill. The debut. The former Cardinal, and he grounds that off to Justin Turner at third base. Not a good start. Not a good start to the game considering how the top of the first happened. Spencer Torkelson. I've been getting really good with Spencer. Can I keep it up? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that ball call. Ball call. He's no longer the defending rookie of the year. That title has gone to somebody else now. So now he's just got to produce. Now he's got to become the Spencer Torkelson we know he can be. Unfortunately, his season starts with a out. 0 for 1. Robert Newstrom, and that's going to be a strikeout looking. First out of the inning for Jack Flaherty. 2-1 count now to Michael Toglia. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. He's a big boy. Big, tall, beefy man. Let's see if we can get him striking out here. He's going to just chip that away. Chip! Unfortunately. We'll see if we can get him with a circle change here. Cubs have already put up 7 on the Pirates in the 4th inning. That's going to be flied out to Julio in center. He'll be underneath it. I like the way that the pinstripes look on the home jerseys. I'm not a big fan of the big blue stripe down the side. I might have to take that out in the offseason. I was a little curious about it. I wanted to see how it would look, so I kept it. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it or not. I don't know. We might have to change that in the offseason and just go full pinstripes. Oh, that curve might have gone differently if I would have timed that better. Oh, I thought we were supposed to be the home team. What was that? That's bogus. I did read on the bottom ticker there that we lead Major League Baseball with 17 prospects that are top 50. At least that's what it said. I think that could be true. I don't really know. We do have a very good farm system, which is also good because that means we could use that really good farm system to possibly trade for some actual really good Major League Baseball players. So we're in a good spot. We are in a really good spot. We just got to actually produce in the games on the field. And if we can do that, we will be sitting pretty. Unfortunately, Francisco Lindor will fly that to left field. And for the first 2 innings, the Cougars have been held hitless. Whit Merrifield, 1 for 1 on the day with a double. He's going to try and get that past Oneil Cruz. You can't do that on Oneil Cruz, man. He is super fast. He is super fast. 2-2 count now to Merrifield. He will foul the circle change away. I think I'll go with the knuckle curve here. Knuckle curve can be pretty tricky to hit. We'll see what he can do. He does make contact. Grounds that to Lindor at shortstop, and he will be out of here. Whit Merrifield was on our team, wasn't he? For a little bit? For half a season last year? I can't remember. I might be getting my franchises mixed up. I think he might have been on our team, and then we traded him at the deadline, maybe? I don't remember. I don't remember. He's old, though. I know that. We got Ramon Urias. Or Urias, however you want to say it. 3-2 count to him, and he's going to get that to pop out into right field, and he will get on base. 2-out single. 2-out single, and here he is. Seti Mullins sent that ball over the left field wall in his first at-bat. Can he do it again? I hope not. He will ground it to Lindor, will field it, and get him out. And that's the end of the third, top of the third at least. Good job, boys. Good defense. Julio got a massive contract extension in real life. Finally, the ump gives me a good call there. Let's see if we can make something happen here, Julio. We haven't got those bats started yet, and we're still not going to. Julio Rodriguez will ground out to the shortstop. And that's a quick first out for the boys. We got to get these bats started, man. Sean Murphy, the veteran of this team, the only original Oakland A left on the team, at least in hitting. I think we might have a guy from the bullpen still left on the team. But at least the only original hitter left. We got to do something. We got to produce something, get some momentum going, at least get a hit. We can't let John Means go 3 innings of hitless or no-hit baseball. Unfortunately, Sean Murphy will not be the guy that does it. And that's 2 quick outs in the third. Oneil Cruz. Technically, this is his debut on camera. We haven't had him on camera since bringing him to the club, and I tried to go up the ladder for that one. That was not a good idea. If Oneil Cruz, he's such a danger because he has a little bit of power, a little bit of pop to his game, and he also has amazing speed. So if he can get one, bloop it into the deep left field or deep right field, he could have a triple, just like that. But unfortunately, he's going to give a can of corn to Justin Turner, and that is a quick 3 innings for the Cougar offense. 2-2 count for Justin Turner. He is going to hopefully be 0 for 2 in his Orioles debut here, and he will be. Don't know why he decided to go to go from the Dodgers to the Orioles. Maybe the Dodgers didn't want him. Yeah, it is. We have 17 top 100 prospects in the organization this year. That's going to go over to the foul territory, and it is 1-2 to Adley Rutschman. The young catcher will send that to center field. Julio's underneath it, and Julio will grab it. That had some carry to it. Not enough, but it had some carry to it. That could have been dangerous. Robert Newstrom. He's going to go down and try and swing at that fastball. He will miss it, and it is 2-2 to Newstrom. Knuckle curve just gets a tip of it. Tip? I don't know how he got a tip of it, but he did. Here comes the 2-2 sinker, and he goes chasing for it, misses it, and Murphy will just throw it to Pete Alonso, and that is a quick top of the 4th. We go to the bottom, and we got top of the order, Jazz Chisholm, 1-2-3. It's a 1-1 count now, a 1-2 count. I thought that was going to be a little bit higher in the zone. I really did. Oh, what a good pitch. What a good pitch. That was a fastball really tight and inside. Adley Rutschman will catch it, and that is a first out for Jazz. 2-2, now 3-2 after this ball. There it is. 3-2 to Tyler O'Neill. If we can get Tyler O'Neill on base with 95 speed, that could be pretty useful. But Tyler's going to swing for the fences. It goes foul. Still working on that timing. Ooh, I had better timing on that one, but the shift works to perfection, and he couldn't outrun it. The shift works to perfection there. That would have been right up the middle for a base hit if there wasn't a shift in place. All right, sweeping curve doesn't go anywhere, and that is a 2-1 count now to Torkelson. And the young right fielder will swing after nothing there, chasing ghosts. And that is a 2-2 count. I should not have ever swung at that. But he's going to give me something. John Means will not get down, unfortunately. And we are still hitless on opening day. That first inning was rough, man. We just got hit after hit. And then ever since then, they haven't been able to do anything against Flaherty. He's calmed down. He's hit his spots. He's been really good. But that first inning, they just took advantage of us, man. Absolutely. Beautiful placement on that one by Flaherty. And we'll see if we can strike him out here. With the slider, doesn't chase it. Understandable, that was not a great slider. Could have been better, obviously. Can we get him on the sinker? He fouls it away. So we'll go circle change, and we'll pull it low and outside. And he will look at it. How does he have good enough plate vision just to stand there and take that? That's really good. But then again, he goes and does that. So maybe he just got lucky. Maybe he just got lucky. But that is 2 outs now. 4 strikeouts for Jack Flaherty. And Whit Merrifield comes to the plate. Doesn't he just look like a little fat? He looks a little chunky. Whit Merrifield does. No disrespect. Just looks a little bit on the hefty side of things. We'll go knuckle curve. See if we can catch him off guard here. And nope. He will foul that off. Sinker now. And we can get him caught on the sinker. No, there's a lot of space in the outfield. There is a lot of space. Go with the circle change. And he looks at that. How do you, on a 2-2 count, how do you look at that circle change? Unreal. And then Flaherty walks Whit Merrifield here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. John Rolls comes to the plate. 2-2 count to him. And he goes fishing for that. I don't know what he was thinking. And that is going to be a strikeout to end the inning. We got to get a base hit. We cannot let John Means go 5 deep without a hit. And unfortunately, Pete Alonso will strike out on that. Not a good start. Not a good start. Alejandro Kirk, 1-1 count to him. And I shouldn't have pulled the PCI down on that one, but I did. I pulled the PCI down on that one. I pulled the PCI down on that one, and Alejandro Kirk will get our first hit of Season 3. It took us till the bottom of the 5th, but we produced it. Thank you, Kirk. Maybe that starts a rally. Get your rally caps on, boys. Oh my God. Thank you, umpire, for calling that a ball. That was so clearly a strike. And Lindor will ground into a double play to end the inning. So at least we won't get no hit. That's a guarantee at least. We will not be no hit in this game. I don't know how far I'm going to let Flaherty go, because he's actually been really solid since that first inning. But he is up into the high 80s in pitches. He's about to be in the 90s. Cedric Mullins comes to the plate after hitting the 2-run home run in the first. Has not really done much since. 2-2 count to him. He won't chase the knuckle curve, unfortunately. We'll go circle change. Got him looking. Thank you, Jack. And that's the first out of the inning. Justin Turner now. And he gets struck out looking. Jack Flaherty heating up in the 6th. That's number 7 for him. It's 1-1 count now to Adley Rutschman. And he's going chasing for that fastball. Can't connect with it. We'll go sinker, see if we can get him striking out again. Nope, he will make contact with that. We'll go knuckle curve. Knuckle curve is produced so far tonight. Unfortunately, it won't produce that time. Circle change. And Adley hits it to Jazz. We'll go easy there to second, and we get out of the 6th. Come on, guys. We got to get something going here. John Means is not that great of a pitcher. I just can't find the timing. Julio will send that to center field. It will get down off the glove of Cedric Mullins, and Julio Rodriguez will get a leadoff single. Very lucky, but he will get a leadoff single. If that would have got past Cedric Mullins, that would have been dangerous, because there is a lot of green grass in the outfield here at Cougar Field. That was one thing that I thought would be a very interesting wrinkle when choosing this stadium. There is a lot of green grass. And that's going to be hit to deep left center. Okay, I thought that was called a home run for a second. I don't know why Cedric Mullins didn't try to catch that. But whatever, we got an automatic double. Runners on second and third with no outs. And O'Neal Cruz will score a run, so we will not get shut out. Thank you, O'Neal. That could have been better. You could have gotten a base hit there, but I take it. We get a run scored. The first run of Season 3 has been scored by the Chicago Cougars. O'Neal Cruz scores Julio Rodriguez. Now we have Sean Murphy on third. Jazz Chisholm grounds that to first base. Unfortunately, Sean Murphy didn't try to run because they might have thrown it at home. Okay. Tyler O'Neill, I need you to produce, Tyler. You don't have a shift, which is what stopped you from getting a base hit last at bat. That's just going to be a grounder to third base. Justin Turner's too much of a veteran to make a mistake there. We do score a run, but it's not enough runs, and we are into the 7th inning, and I'm getting a little worried. I'm going to have Jeffrey warm up, but I really want Flaherty to go 7 strong. I don't want my day one starter to get knocked out 6 innings. That's not promising for the future. Newstrom will foul off the knuckle curve. We'll go with the sinker. And Newstrom sends that to right field. Torkelson's got Chase. He's got it. Good job, Spence. That is a good first out. Had enough speed to get there. We do have short walls all across the outfield, so that is a little bit of a concern when going up against some pretty nice power hitters. 3-2 count. We'll go knuckle curve to Toglia. And he chases it, chips it to Jazz Chisholm, and that's a can of corn for the second out. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. We've got Daryl Hernandez. And he sends that to center field. Rodriguez underneath it. And that is going to be 3 up, 3 down for the Baltimore Orioles. And now we go bottom 7. We are in need of some runs. John Means' energy is starting to drop. As you can see, it's really low, almost in the red. If we could take advantage of him being tired, as Spencer Torkelson gets a leadoff single. If we could take advantage of him getting tired, that would be amazing. He's going to stay in to go up against Pete Alonso. 1-1 count to the polar bear. Come on, Pete. Pete, oh, how could that not be fair? Just foul. That would have been amazing if that would have been fair. That would have been easy double for Pete Alonso. But instead, I'll settle for a home run. Santa Maria, that ball is out of here. 2-run home run from the polar bear, and we tie this game up. Thank you, Pete. Boom. That one was no doubt about it. We knew it from the minute. And they're pulling John Means. Dylan Tate will come in relief. Dylan Tate will come in relief. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th. That is exactly the type of rally that we needed here in the 7th. Because at least now, it'll go as a no decision for Jack Flaherty instead of a loss. I'd much rather have him have a no decision instead of a loss. Lindor send that to deep center. Frankie, oh. You guys know, towards the end of last season, 2 episodes in a row, Francisco Lindor went crazy with home run power. I thought he was going to continue it here. Unfortunately, it just went to Cedric Mullins. But Julio, is that going to fall? That might not fall. Nope, it's not going to fall. And that's the end of the 7th. But we tied the game. Pete Alonso, baby. Thank you, Pete. And now we will pull Jack Flaherty, so unfortunately he won't get the win. But we will get a certain all-star, Jeffrey Springs, to come in 1-1 now to Whit Merrifield. He'll take on the top of the order. And that's going to be a 1-2 count out of the veteran World Series champion, Whit Merrifield. And that is going to be popped to Alonso, and he'll get it. Good job, Pete. Good defense. John Rolls. I'm not sure who this is. By the looks of it, he could be a draftee that they made during the series, or he could be a real guy. I don't know. I don't know the Orioles roster like that. And John Rolls, no matter what, goes down swinging. Jeffrey Springs is such a stud, man. I hope he makes the All-Star game again, because he's a freaking baller. Absolute stud. Ramon Urias will go down swinging, and that is the top of the 8th. Come on, guys. We need a rally here. They're pulling Dylan Tate, and they're bringing Holden Caps. What a name. That sounds like a high school 5-star prospect right there. Holden Caps. What a name. Sean Murphy got an automatic double last time. He will get a single this time. Leadoff single. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And now we got O'Neal Cruz. Come on, O'Neal. Show off that power that I know you have. Show off that power. And he's going to bloop that to right field. It will get down, and that is a quick runner on first and second in the bottom of the 8th. Thank you, O'Neal. That's what I needed. And Jazz Chisholm. We haven't really produced with Jazz Chisholm in his time here in Chicago. I know he's got the ability. That was me. That was me. I pulled the PCI down, and that's a can of corn. Unfortunately. That's a 1-out that I shouldn't have. And now we have Tyler O'Neill. This is why we traded for you, Tyler. For moments like this. Give me something to believe in. Tyler, that was me. That was not Tyler. That was all on me. I got way too excited for that. I was sitting fastball. He threw an off-speed changeup, and I completely whiffed. And that's going to be a double play to end the inning. Oh, my God, Tyler. We had such a promising start. Such a promising start to that inning. But we have a chance to walk it in the 9th. That's going to get down. Torkelson doesn't have the speed for that. Maybe we don't have a chance to walk it off in the 9th. If Cedric Mullins is able to score a run, he's going to get a triple off of that. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. That is not what I wanted to start the inning. Cedric Mullins has been a terror in this game. A 2-run home run and now a triple? Not what I was expecting, especially from Jeffrey Springs. We are going to strike out Justin Turner. That's a massive strikeout. Massive strikeout. Look how close the infield is, ready to throw out the home plate runner. He's not going to chase the circle change. Will he chase the slider? Adley goes down swinging. Jeffrey Springs is a machine. He's a stone cold killer. And now we play for first base. Or we play Tyler O'Neill to get us out of the inning. We have a chance to walk it off in the 9th. They bring in Jake Faria. Jake Faria. Come on, Torkelson. And that's going to be a quick first out. Are we really going to go to extras on opening day? I don't really want to go to extras, but we have the polar bear. He already has a 2-run home run today. Can he walk us off? Don't swing. They called that a strike anyway. Can we walk it off in the bottom of the 9th? Can we give these fans something to go home happy about? Pete. That was a high fastball inside. That was a good pitch. Come on, Pete. Give me something to cheer about. Pete Alonso sends that to left field, and we will get a base hit. Runner on first. The winning run is on base. Do we pinch run him, though? That's the question. I don't know if we have anybody to play first base, though. Come on, Alejandro. I need something in the outfield. Anything but a double play will be works. Or will be works? That's not even a sentence. Will work. I combined will be fine and works at the same sentence. Don't swing at that. I didn't go. I clearly didn't go. Thank you. Thank you. Clearly didn't go. Come on, Alejandro. I traded for you not only because you're small and hefty, but because you produce a lot of power. And Alejandro Kirk, he may do it. Go, Pete. Get on your horse, Pete. We're sending him. We're sending him. Go, Pete Alonso. The walk-off. The walk-off. We did it. The Chicago Cougars win on opening day with a walk-off double. Alejandro Kirk, the hefty Mexican, wins us the game. Oh, what a hit. Alejandro Kirk. And we couldn't have had anybody slower running the bases. Pete Alonso. The Cougars will win opening day with a walk-off double. Alejandro Kirk. Jeffrey Springs will get the win. What a game. Pete Alonso, a home run and the winning run. Wow. Absolute slobber knocker. Okay, so now that we are back into the calendar, we are going to simulate the rest of the series against the Baltimore Orioles. Hopefully we can win. We do, 10-2. And we do. And unfortunately, Boston claimed Evan McMahon off of waivers. That's unfortunate because I like Evan McMahon. But he was on our 40-man roster and I couldn't have him on there. I had to move him down. Maybe I can make a quick trade with the Boston Red Sox to get him back. Evan McMahon, he's got a lot of potential, so probably not. Jake Weisenberger, you can have him. Actually, you can have Ryan Nelson. No, they like Weisenberger better. You can have Weisenberger, and you can have Carlos Cortez. No, I like my depth at that. You can have Jonah Bride, though. I don't really think Jonah Bride's going to make much of a difference here in this team. And you can also have Nick Allen, Will Ponson, Rick Woodson. They like Rick Woodson, but I don't really want to give up Rick Woodson. I like Rick Woodson. What about Jake Sutterfield or Suttleson? Bobby Good. I don't think I have anybody that they'd want that I want to give up. Charlie Ramirez is interesting. Joey Estes. See potential for him. Is Evan McMahon really worth it? I think he is. Charlie Ramirez, I don't see a future with you, I guess. Let's do this trade. Bring back Evan McMahon to the team. And then we got to put him back down on the AAA team. There he goes. And he'll just stay on the 40-man roster this time. But we start the season 3-0. Can we go 4-0? Cougars have 41 on the 40-man. Okay, so we'll have to move somebody else down. Who do I not care about on the 40-man roster? I mean, Danny Jimenez. I do like pitching with Danny Jimenez, but I think it's probably worth it to have Evan McMahon up here since he's already on the 40-man. We might as well have him up. So we'll move Danny Jimenez down to AAA, and I don't envision anybody claiming him since he's not a high overall and he doesn't have great potential. So I do like pitching with Danny Jimenez, but we got to do it for the brand. Unfortunately, we couldn't sweep the Orioles 4-0, but we do. And Evan McMahon got the loss. Of course he does. Of course he does. So we will go into probably late April, maybe early May for the next episode. So let's simulate this series against the Nationals. Boston claimed... So Boston just wants our relief pitches. They take Danny Jimenez. That's not a big deal. I'm not super upset about that. But we are 6-1 to start the year. I told you that starting pitching mattered that much because we already had the hitters. and we get swept by the Yankees and swept by the Giants. So now, unfortunately, we're 6-6. So forget what I said. Forget what I said. Now we're 9-7, and we lead the division right now. It's very early, but we do lead the division. Going up against the Angels. Yamamoto sustained a blister on his finger. Taguchi has an ACL sprain 1 to 2 weeks. Jack Leiter gets injured, and we get swept by the Angels. That is not good. Yamamoto is no longer injured. Jack Leiter's no longer injured. Okay, so we're struggling. We're 10-12, battling in this division. We have a 4-game set against the Mariners on the road, I think. Yeah, in Seattle. Then we have the Phillies. Oh, this is tough. This is real tough. I think we should simulate the entire month of April here. Let's see how we do. We get absolutely cooked by the Mariners. 13-17. Come on, guys. We're better than this. We are better than how we're playing. Jack Flaherty fractures his wrist 1 to 2 months. That is not good. That is really not good at all. Fractured wrist for Jack Flaherty, which means we're going to have to bring up a starting pitcher to replace him. And it's probably going to be Hunter Green. It's got to be Hunter Green to the pitcher rotation, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. I do like Hunter Green, but he's just been struggling this season. Let's see. Should we play the Guardians? That could be pretty cool. Or maybe the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't know. We're not playing the Orioles, though. We just played them. So we will simulate them. And we can beat the Orioles. That's not a problem. But now we have the... Now we have the Guardians, but we're at home. I don't want to play a home game. So we'll simulate the series against the Guardians. Okay, are we at home against the Blue Jays? We're still at home against the Blue Jays. We have a big homestand. It looks like we play the Mariners on the road, and then we play the Rangers on the road, and the Astros. Okay, so I don't want to play at home next episode. I want to play on the road. So we do take 2 of 3 against them. We're starting to climb back. It's such an interesting thing because we're so good. We're so up and down, really. And it looks like we're at home against the Rangers here, so we have to simulate the series against the Rangers. We took 1 of 2 against the Rangers, unfortunately. We're 6 game back of the Astros. We will play one of these games against the Mariners. Let's play game 2 because they got Robbie Ray going. So we lose against the Mariners. We're 20-4, unfortunately. That kind of sucks. Maybe we can turn things around next episode. I hope so. If you guys did enjoy, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.